Hi everyone out there, this is Martha Carter from the Twisted Outreach Project for Back Hair and Scoliosis. And with this video, I'd like to demonstrate the number one exercise in my little booklet called 10+1 Exercises for Back Hair, Scoliosis and Fusions. This is breathing. You can call it deep breathing, pranayama, meditation. They're all related and they're all really important for calming down the nervous system and learning to really come into stillness and quietude in your body, and also to start to be able to visualize and examine and get to know your own sensations better. Learn to listen to yourself, really. And you know, I always had trouble with deep breathing. I have a fusion. I have all sorts of scar tissue. I had trouble just even expanding my rib cage at all. So for me to learn how to do these deep breaths, and over the years to learn how to slow them down more and more and more, to the point where I can really expand my torso and get way more freedom in my breathing, it's been a fantastic addition to my fitness and my overall well-being. So I highly encourage you to give it the time it takes to learn. And don't get discouraged, because like anything, you have to do it once, twice, many times. The first time might be hard. The 300th time is going to be a lot easier. So this is why we want to incorporate this into a daily thing. I like to call it my 10 friggin' breaths, because that adds kind of a lightness and humor to it, rather than, oh, I'm going to go and do my workout or my meditation, or I'm going to have to sit and be quiet. That all feels like a chore. Just to do your 10 friggin' breaths it just seems like I can just do it. And then I also find myself sometimes doing 20 and 30 and many, many more, because I'll get myself started, and then before I know it, I'm enjoying the sensation of the calming effect, and it feels like almost like a massage from the inside out. So without further ado, let's start with actually talking about how to breathe. So in your nose and out your nose, in your mouth and out your mouth, in your mouth and out your nose, in your nose and out your mouth, all of those are possible. The yoga breathing that is encouraged is in the nose and out the nose. So that would be, however, if you can move it to the back of your throat, then it creates a much deeper, richer breath. One way to get there, if you don't know how to do that already, is to start by breathing in your nose and hissing the exhale. In the nose and hissing the exhale. So you see how it can slow it down quite quickly with the resistance in the hiss. It creates kind of a friction. Same thing if you do it in the back of your throat. Try an inhale through the nose and hey as an exhale. And now do that without keeping your mouth open. In the nose. And now do it without the sound. In the nose. Right? It's like a friction, like water in a pipe in the back of your throat. So whichever one you feel like trying today, just decide. How about inhale through the nose and long hiss, or whatever you want to try. So the next thing you do is you find a comfortable place to sit, either on a chair or on the floor, or you could lie down on the floor, the couch, a bed. You might be sitting on a bus, or you might be sitting on a log at the beach or something. It can be really done anywhere. The trick is for you to find the comfort, settle down, be aware of where you're at, making sure there's no tension anywhere in the body, and then you just start. So when I started learning this, I would actually count by kind of doing my fingers or pulsing on my leg or something like that, to keep a sense of how slowly I was breathing and whether I was able to slow down my breathing. So for instance, if you would count inhale for 3 counts and exhale for 5 counts. So something like this. Like that. But then I can do longer than that already. So maybe inhale 5 counts and exhale 10 counts. for instance. If I were to do it with my Ujjayi yoga breath in the back of my throat, it would sound something like this. You notice how I do a bit of a pause at the bottom and a bit of a pause at the top. That just kind of helps with the rhythm. Like I said, there's many, many different techniques for breathing. This is just one that I've developed for myself to help myself accomplish the stillness and the calming. So I invite you to choose which one works for you. And let's just do a few together right now. Here we go. Etc. So you can see that that last one I did, it actually went on longer. And if I get into a concentrated place, they'll get slower and slower and longer and longer. And all I'm thinking about is the breath up and down, in and out, expanding my torso, expanding front and back, feeling up and down, feeling all around, right? So use your visualization, use your imagination, use your counting, use your rhythm, explore different effects of the feeling of the breath in your throat and in your nose, and just start to do some 10 friggin' breaths every day. Stay tuned for exercise number 2 coming next.